Welcome to episode 1 of the Broken Engine devlog. My name is Douglas Tanner. As of a few weeks ago, I've been working full-time on developing a game and game engine. I'm planning to develop the engine for 6 months, then start work on an alpha version of the game. I've got a working build of my game engine up on itch.io. It would be a huge help to me if you'd be able to download it and quickly test it out. So far, only 4 people have ever run my engine, and once it gets on more machines, I'll start to see tons of new bugs. There's a link in the description to the itch.io page. So, why am I writing a game engine instead of using an existing one like Unity or Unreal? Well, I'm using this as an opportunity to modernize my skills and do a deep dive into some new technologies. Professionally, I work as a C++ programmer, and I often need to directly use 3D graphics APIs. The 4 things I'm focusing on in my engine are 1. Efficient Vulkan rendering, 2. Modern C++, so C++ 20 and earlier, 3. Data-oriented design, and 4. Scalable parallelism. Also, I'm really familiar with my own engine. I've spent hundreds of hours working on it already in my free time. With the new engine, I'd be starting from scratch. And importantly, the game I'm planning to make will be an isometric twin-stick shooter. If I was developing something more like a first-person shooter with detailed indoor environments, or lots of character animations, I'd probably go with an existing engine. If you ever want me to go into more detail about anything, just leave a comment. I have no problem diving deep into the source code. I'm going to open source the engine after my game is in early access. Up until now, I've just been doing things myself through trial and error for fun. I'm going to be a bit more serious about developing new features from now on. I'm going to redo the ocean, which is just some basic sine waves. I'm going to replace those with Gertzner waves and add a Fresnel effect, foam, depth, color, normal textures for details. I'm going to improve the island generation with hydraulic erosion, more advanced noise types like cellular or ridged. And I want physically based rendering and a floating point color pipeline with a lookup table. I want to cover the islands with trees and grass and have them affected by a vector field of wind. The wind will also affect a persistent smoke simulation, and a whole list of other things like drop shadows on the objects, a particle system, explosions, screen space reflections, and post-processing effects like bloom and distortion. If any of that sounds interesting to you, go ahead and subscribe. I'll try to release a new devlog every time I have something visually interesting to show.